Lakers face two major measuring stick games, taking on the reigning champion Thunder twice in 5 days starting tonight. Both teams led by MVP candidates that are on a tear. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This gut check matchup for the Lakers will be far from just another regular season game, while OKC holds a slim 2-game lead over the Spurs, but does not control the tiebreaker against the Spurs. The Lakers are riding a 4-game win streak. They are 15-2 since March 1st. That is the second best win percentage in the NBA during that span. Their opponent tonight, the Thunder, are the only team with a better record in that same span. So what would a win tonight against the Thunder prove for the Lakers, Wendy?
Yeah, I don't even care that much about who wins and loses. I just want to see how they handle this situation. They're going into Oklahoma City, where the Thunder have been killer in the clutch this year. The Lakers have been the best clutch team in the NBA. I would love to see this game go into clutch time and see how the Lakers handle guarding Shai, because that's where the Lakers are challenged, perimeter defense, and no one's been able to handle Shai all season long. And if you get into a playoff series, and it's Lakers Thunder, which, I don't know if it's going to happen, but it could. That's where rubber's going to meet the road. I want to see it. I want to see how, the Thunder, who are a great defensive team, handle the onslaught of how the Lakers have figured out how to deal with Luka, Reeves, and LeBron, and energize them and empower them, and how they're going to handle Luka, who's on a generational hot streak. Somebody's going to hold Luka to under 40 points. He's not going to score 40 points the rest of his career. Who's going to do it? Is it going to be the Thunder? Are they going to take this challenge on? Because, Stephen A., the Thunder are trying to win these games. There's a whole bunch of games we have in the NBA right now where one team ain't trying to win. Sometimes we got two teams not trying to win. Both teams are trying to win this game. The Spurs are coming hot and heavy. The Spurs are playing here in LA tonight against the Clippers. They're going to play that game for real because they're trying to catch the Thunder. The Thunder know it. They've come out and said it. So they're going to play absolutely full bore to win tonight. Let's see how the Lakers have proven to all of us that they are the number 3 team in the West. Do we know whether they've proven they can challenge the Spurs or Thunder yet? They're not there. But boy, do they get a wonderful opportunity tonight in Oklahoma City, next Tuesday here in Los Angeles. There's no back-to-back issues. Everybody's going to be rested. Hopefully everybody's going to be healthy. Everybody cares about these games. This is a great way to get a measuring stick on where the Lakers are. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
I get where you're coming from. I don't disagree. But where there's a twist and turn, you're interested in seeing somebody stop Shai. I'm not worried about that. Ain't nobody stopping Shea Butter. That's not the issue. The issue is watching Oklahoma City's defense against Luka. You going to drop 40 tonight, Luka? You going to put it on them like that? This is Oklahoma City. You understand? They hang their hat on throwing defenders in your direction. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that pans out. I also want clutch time because I want to see, not just Luka, but the Lakers offense and how they're going to produce. Because let's face reality. If we're anticipating the Lakers having any success in the postseason, we ain't hanging our hats on their defense saving the day. We're looking at their offense being so prolific, you ain't going to be able to stop them. So that's something that's very, very important to think about, right? Here's where it gets interesting. Certainly Oklahoma City wants to win because they want the number 1 seed. They want to be on their home turf. They want San Antonio to have to come to their house instead of having to go to San Antonio. If indeed you all were to meet in the conference finals. We get that. That's what they're trying to ward off the Spurs. The Lakers are interesting because you're the number 3 seed. You're only a game and a half ahead of Denver. All right? Wendy, if the playoffs were to begin today, the Lakers are the 3 seed. Who's the 6th? Ant-Man in Minnesota. The team that took them out last year. Ran right through them. Okay? Had Rudy Gobert looking like the second coming of Bill Russell or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't know what the hell it was, but that's how he looked, okay? What you gonna do this time around? Because Minnesota ain't gonna be no easy out. Not with Ant-Man. Not come playoff time. Ant-Man, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, you got size, you got girth, you got Nas Reed in these cats. You understand? You can't summarily dismiss Minnesota. So if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, do you want to hold on to the 3 seed? Or do you mind giving it up because you could go against a team as the 4th seed in Houston, who would be the 5th seed, who's a team devoid of a real point guard and obviously don't perform well in clutch time because they make too many damn mistakes in the fourth quarter, turning over the basketball. That's something that we have to ask ourselves. Remember, Lakers had back-to-back games recently against Houston in Houston and beat them both times. So I'm saying to you, do I think that's going to happen? No. I think the Lakers will hold on to the third seed. I think that they'd go up against Minnesota if it goes down like that, and they'll be like, let's get it on because we want our vengeance ourselves. But we can't summarily dismiss the possibility that the Lakers might prefer the fourth seed and to go against Houston in the first round rather than Minnesota. Let's not act like that's an impossibility. It's not.
Well, they might not have a choice with the 4 seed considering what's in front of them here. Wendy, were you going to add something? Go ahead.
It's going to be very hard to predict who ends up with the 5 and the 6 because it's so tightly packed. But I will say that if I were the Lakers, I would agree. If I had to choose, I would choose Houston. I just don't know if it's going to be in their lap.
Okay. We will find out. Again, the Lakers have to face the Thunder twice in the next week, couple days or so. So we'll find out who they are here, especially in terms of the Western.
0-2 against the Thunder, 1-3 against San Antonio.
Yes, so far this season. But that was before they started locking down defensively. Things have changed there in LA.
And that's why they ruled them out. And also, the NBA has all these rules right now, Shay, about talking about player availability, and they've been fined before. So they have to just make sure that they say that Embiid is out because they don't want any shenanigans with the betting market. So I think they were just doing what was right. Okay, now big red line. Now you want to talk about the overall about player health. One of the most interesting things going on in the league at this time of the year is the inactive list. The inactive list is a daily piece of drama because one of the big things that overhangs the NBA right now is tanking. And I think maybe the average person doesn't understand what tanking means. Tanking is done largely on the inactive list, or largely on putting a player on the bench. It's not done on the court. Nobody is saying that a player is out there purposely not playing hard, even though that's insinuation. Right. It's done by the inactive list, okay? And in some cases, I will not call anybody out because I think these are good people doing things they have to do. Every single night, there's laughable things that happen in the NBA. Guys like who make like 10 straight shots who are pulled out of the game, okay? But when you talk about load management, it very rarely is the player who comes, Shay, and says, my knee is sore or I'm feeling a little bit tired, I don't play. That does totally happen, true. But most of the time, load management is done by the sports science groups and the trainers. It is not done by the player. So that is absolutely the case, especially with Joel Embiid.
Wendy's absolutely right. The players get a bad rap a lot of times when it comes to load management because it's not them, it's the teams, it's the owners trying to protect their investment. You know, hiring guys that are analytics, that are heavy on analytics and that data and that all that kind of stuff, and they're deducing that this is the best way to protect the investment and to validate it. They're speaking the language of the owners, making the owners think they know more basketball than they actually do. The owners love it. They hire them. They hire their teams, and this is how it goes. Exactly how Wendy just knocked it down. Just let us know. Having said all of that, let's say this about the Philadelphia 76ers before we end. Some interesting stats. Number one, you got a guy like Tyrese Maxey. Since the his All-Star starter, ranked for the season, ranks first in the NBA in minutes per game, fourth in scoring, third in steals. Joel Embiid, interesting stat. Are you ready for this? This guy, since Christmas Day, Joel Embiid, ranks third in the NBA in scoring. 29.8 points per game on 52% shooting from the field and 40% from three, only behind Luka and SGA. And Paul George in the 4 games since his 25-game suspension, the 4 games that he's been back, is averaging 28 points on 52% shooting and 43% from three. The Philadelphia 76ers could be a threat, if only for one thing, that these 3 guys that I just mentioned hadn't only played 19 games together. That's the issue in Philadelphia. It ain't their talent, it's their